If I had 60 days to become unrecognizable, to make the people that talked about me or doubted me scroll in silent envy, to walk into a room and just command attention and be a woman of presence, this is exactly what I would do. This isn't just another soft glow up plan, okay? We're gonna call this phase your baddie rebrand era. It's going to be giving gym in silence, progress in private, and pop out with no warning. If you want the plan, make sure you're taking notes. Let's get into it. If you guys are new here, welcome. I am Alyssa. There are a lot of newbies here. My last video brought in a lot of new subscribers, so if you're new, welcome. And if you have been here for a while, I've officially been on YouTube 2 years, which is crazy. Welcome back. So phase one, we're gonna call this your isolation season because every single baddie rebirth starts with going ghost first. Part one of this 2-part phase is you're gonna have to go off the grid first with intention. What I mean by that is you're going to mute distractions. You're gonna take things out of your life that are overstimulating you, causing you to easily go astray, and you are not going to announce this to anyone. A huge part of this phase is going to be just doing the work without the audience, right? And there are a lot of people sometimes who will try to discourage you when you make grand announcements like, hey, I want to do a 5K. People will be like, oh, that can be kind of difficult. How intense is your training? And there can be a lot of outside noise coming in. That's why in this phase one, I really want you just to focus on you. Keep out that outside noise because trust me, they're gonna see the results. Right now though, just keep it to yourself and do the work. I'm talking full blown, you guys. I want you to archive old photos. Turn off your story replies. And if you're gonna share your workouts, do it with your closest friends though. But don't announce it to the world. This is for you. And let me be crystal clear, okay? This isn't about hiding. This is about building in silence. A pro tip for you is I want you to create an album either on Dropbox or Google Doc, whatever you need to do. But create an album that's private, that is just for you. And literally, I want you to title it The Rebrand. In this document, you are going to track all of your progress, okay? You can include videos, include photos, include voice memos to yourself. Keep it all in that folder because you're gonna need it for later on. I get it. I'm a content creator, right? I've been doing content creation all of my adult life. I do social media for a living, so I understand the need to post your hard work and put it out there. But specifically for this phase, you're gonna be doing the work more in silence, but you still are going to have all that you do. And you can still track your progress. Create that folder. I promise you it's gonna come in handy later on. Part two in phase one is going to be pick your power identity. So what this looks like is I really want you to really lock in on the woman that you are becoming. And I mean lock in, visualize her, conceptualize her in your mind, and then put it into action. I want you to name her, right? Think about an alter ego. All the greats have alter egos. Athletes do them, performers do them. I want you to create your own. I would suggest creating a name that is slightly different from your actual name, right? Because it's something to remind you that when you need to tap into this version of yourself, it's by a different name. It's not you, it's a higher version of you. So it could be a variation. It could take one letter off, like my name is Alyssa. Most of my friends and family call me Lissa. Choose what you want, but choose a name and let it be special to you. And this name is for you to lock in, okay? Like David Goggins, for example, when he locks in, it's Goggins, it's not David. After you have named this woman, right, which is you, it's a version of you, I want you to dress like her. I want you to think about what does she dress like on a day-to-day? And I want you to show up as that. What does she eat? And this works. When I was over 235 pounds and I was not happy with where I was in multiple facets of my life, I kind of started to show up as this version of myself that I wanted to be. I was not there at all, but I wanted to be better. So I started acting as if I was already becoming her. And it helped me eventually transition into who I am now, which is her, this most evolved version of myself. But you have to start by showing up. It may feel like pretend at first. And I know for some people that can be very uncomfortable. It's like make believe, like, why am I dressing like this? Like, this is not really my style. But you are setting the foundation for stepping into that woman in the future. It works, trust me. So this can be fun too. This can be like a little brainstorm. Go on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great use. I use it all the time for inspo. I have multiple folders where I'll be like fit inspo, birthday inspo, I try to conceptualize like how I want my life to look. And it is so real that you guys, that sometimes you can't tap into that energy because you don't see it, right? Maybe your environment isn't producing the fruit of that. You want to be a multimillionaire, but you've never seen it, right? Or you want to have an 8-pack, but you've never seen it. This is going to help you see it, to start to visualize it, because once you see it, once you see that it's possible, that there is this life, this version that you want, that it's attainable, it's easier to start working towards that. This is key. A pro tip is going to be change your phone background to a quote that she would live by, to an aspirational photo of her, body type, personality, whatever it is, but something that reminds you of your goals, because we use our phones every single day. And when you look at your phone every day and you see that, it's going to be a constant fuel, a constant reminder. I have 2 photos in my phone background. One is me and my husband, and the other one is me in the mirror with my abs out, wearing a shirt that says, I am her. It's a constant reminder for me. Now that we're done with phase 1, we are stepping into phase 2, the body blueprint. This is from days around 15 to 35. Your body is going to be the blueprint for the work that you are putting in. And in this phase, we're building curves, we're building strength, we're building longevity. Step number 1 in this phase is we're going to train to shape, not to shrink. I want to be crystal clear. This is not about shrinking into a version of you that fits into someone else's box. When you are stepping into this woman, this is for you. This is not for what your partner wants, what your teacher told you. This is not what your parents want. This is for you. This is about sculpting your dream frame, how you want to show up in the world every single day, how you want to represent yourself, and how you want to look. You're going to need to strength train 3 to 4 times a week. I really want you to focus on compound lifts, squatting, RDL, working your upper body. A lot of women do not work their upper body, and I do not understand it for the life of me. I, just like many women, start off in the gym trying to prioritize my glutes. That's all I cared about. I was like, I didn't care if every other part of my body was not shaped nicely to my standard. I just wanted a big butt. Now that I am actually fit and it's part of my lifestyle, my priorities have completely changed. I want to be strong, and I really do prioritize my upper body. I mean, the gains are there. And most importantly, like, find a program that works for you. But the whole point is you want to be balanced. Focus on lower body, focus on glutes, but also focus on your upper body, your strength too. A lot of people make fun of men who don't train legs because they'll be super big and buff up top, but then they will have no strength in their legs. You don't want to do that. You want to be well-rounded. But most importantly, I just need you to be in the gym strength training, or at home. You can get a weight set at home 3 to 4 times a week. And if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, I will continue to say it. You need to prioritize progressive overload. If you do not know what progressive overload is, that is when week to week, you either increase the reps meaning how many times you lift the weights, or you need to increase the weight. So if you start with dumbbells, 2 dumbbells are in your hand and they're both 10s, right? That's week 1. By week 2, I need you to either increase the reps, how many times you push that weight or pull that weight, or I need you to increase the weight itself. You can go up to 11s or 12s. And a lot of us women, we can lift so much heavier. When I first started off on my fitness journey, I was just kind of very scared, to be honest. I was timid and I didn't want to hurt myself, right? I didn't want to get injured, and I felt like, oh, that weight looks scary. It seems like it's a lot. But me lifting weights has become one of the most powerful things I've ever done in my life, because it shows me how capable I am. You can go a little bit heavier. Obviously, be safe. That's why progressive overload is so beautiful, because you start with what you're comfortable with, and then the next week you increase slightly. And it's a slow grind, right? But it's able to test yourself over time. I'm not telling you to go into the gym and then just immediately pick up a 40, 50 pound weight. No, you need to build strength, you need to build confidence, and you need to see where you are at. But you need to be doing progressive overload. You doing a program for 6 weeks and you do not change the reps or the weights for that 6 weeks, you're going to be stagnant. I built my physique because I do progressive overload. I have an app that is free. It's called Rep Count. I have added it here, and it's completely free. There's no excuses why you can't use it. There's other apps that's there as well. A lot of people take notes on their phone. I don't care what the means are for you to get there, but you need to be doing it. A pro tip is do not skip upper body, girlies. I promise you that having a strong upper body is just going to create that hourglass shape. I know a lot of us girlies want glutes. I get it, okay? But don't forget about your upper body. I have become more womanly, I feel like, shape because I prioritize upper body and lower body. Step 2 in phase 2 is eat for the glow, not the guilt. Every meal that you eat should support your hormones, your energy, your skin, and not just your waistline. And honestly, I'm being completely transparent. I did not understand this early on my fitness journey. I get it. You're a beginner. You don't know. Listen to a person who has literally lost over 70 pounds and has completely transformed their life. Food really is fuel. It doesn't just affect your weight. There are a lot of people who aren't on a weight loss journey, right? Everyone isn't trying to lose weight. But food, in addition to helping you lose weight, it also fuels you. It gives you energy. I used to be so lethargic all the time. I just was constantly tired. And I did not understand why. I was like, why am I always tired? I kind of just accepted it as my reality. Once I started eating whole foods, once I stopped eating highly processed junk food all the time, my energy levels spiked because food has a direct correlation to energy. Skin. I'm not trying to brag, you guys, but let's be honest. I have pretty good, decent skin. I don't have any foundation on right now. None. I have blush. I'm a blush girly, and I have some mascara. That is it. That's it. And it's because I eat clean. I have a friend of mine who had really bad cystic acne, and she was trying all types of over-the-counter products for years. And once she dialed in her nutrition, she had trial and error, but she was testing how when she ate something, how it was affecting her body, right? She learned that dairy, in particularly, she would have flare-ups after she was eating dairy for her particular body type. Once she stopped doing that, literally, you guys, her skin began to clear up. Food affects all areas. It's not just about weight. I want you guys to not overcomplicate this. Think lean proteins, colorful vegetables, healthy fat. I feel like a lot of people always have questions about what do I eat? What do I eat? And I get it. Like, food can be very confusing, can feel overwhelming. A lot of people are like, there's so much, I don't know what to do. Start with the basics. Just eat things that are whole foods, like think protein, get colorful vegetables, some healthy fats, carbs. I know all of us are guilty of this, having all these saved recipes from social media that we just save and we never actually apply them. Go into your save files right now and actually prep one of those meals that you've saved. Pinterest, again, Pinterest needs to sponsor me because they literally are a lifesaver. When I don't know what to cook or what to eat, I will type into Pinterest healthy recipes. Or if I have specific ingredients in my fridge, say all I have is some tuna, maybe some tomatoes and cucumbers, I will type that into Pinterest and they will suggest recipes for me. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't make it harder on yourself than you have to. Also, hydration is going to be key. I know that I wasn't really drinking a lot of water until I did 75 hard, because part of 75 hard, I had to drink a gallon of water every day. I know, it was a lot. It was a lot of water. But that taught me, like, oh wow, I really need to be drinking more water. So hydration is really key. I've also noticed, especially if you're active, if you are working out, which is part of this program in this phase, that you will be strength training 3 to 4 times a week, you need to be drinking water. A pro tip is try to stay away from the crash diets. I know that our society and our culture, especially as women, it's tempting, it's hard. Early on in my journey, I am human. I have fallen for plenty of diets and juice cleanse and all this type of stuff. At the end of the day, you guys, if you are prioritizing whole foods, a dynamic plate, you don't need that stuff, and it's not the most sustainable. Figure out what works for you, but I don't diet. When I want to lose weight, I'm in a calorie deficit, and once I'm in maintenance, I'm just eating mostly healthy foods. I kind of follow the 80-20 rule. I have a piece of cake sometimes, for sure. I still have a sweet tooth, but 80% of my meals truly are healthy and 20% are, indulgence. But it has to be 80-20, you guys. A lot of us are doing 20% healthy and 80% indulgence, and we're not happy with where we are. So be honest with yourself. It is easier over time. It gets better, but you forcing yourself into a 1,200 calorie diet and all these crazy trends, it's not sustainable. And that's why a lot of people who go on those things, they end up spiraling and gaining all the weight back, if not more. Try to find something that you can do over a long period of time. Before we get into the last two phases, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It lets the algorithm know that you're having fun with your girl. And I love creating this content for you guys. I really do. I'm so grateful for my community. You guys are some of the sweetest individuals that, I've ever come across. I love YouTube. I truly feel like there's no platform like it. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, but YouTube community is something special. So thank you guys again for being here, and make sure you guys are following me on my social media handle, Fitless Lifestyle. I show a lot more of my personal life on my social media and a little bit more of my personality. So if you're into that, make sure you follow me. And let's get into the last two phases. Phase 3 might be my favorite phase because, I'm a Gemini Leo moon, so it's all of my personality. Phase 3 is main character conditioning. And I truly believe this. It's one of my favorite quotes is like, you are the main character of your life. And I live by that because looking good is a flex, okay? We all want to look good, but feeling unstoppable is the real glow up. Step 1 in phase 3 is discipline is the new self-care. This phase is to really see what you are about, okay? Phase 1 was all about envisioning how you want to show up. Phase 2 is doing, beginning stages of the work, locking in your nutrition and your strength training. Phase 3, it's about like now or never. We are really locked in. At this point, you really need to be disciplined is like your gateway to freedom. It truly is. I want you to start waking up slightly earlier, making your bed, being proactive. And I'm encouraging you to say no more. In this phase, you may not be able to say yes to everything. You may not be able to say yes to morning brunch with mimosas because it doesn't align with your goals. You may not be able to stay up all night to go from a club because it doesn't align. This is the phase where sometimes no may creep in more, but it's not a bad thing. You're focused. You are becoming and stepping into the woman that you want to be. And I really want you guys to romanticize the repetition. I feel like repetition schedules gets like a very negative stigma. It's like, you're so boring now. All you do is work out and pour into yourself. And it's like, yes, like let's romanticize having a routine. There's nothing wrong with that. In this phase, like really fall in love what people deem as boring. And I know for me, it's not boring, but I have fallen in love with a routine. I am very disciplined and I do have certain things that I like to do. And it's a routine and I stand by that routine. And at first, a lot of people were like, they didn't know that. I had set that boundary. They didn't know that I had a specific routine. Like, hey, you're not showing up to this anymore. You say no to this a lot. But eventually, because I was consistent, they caught on and they realized, okay, I'm not gonna see Alyssa until she finishes her workout. And that's fine. Like I have a particular program. You still see the people and all that, you connect, but my routine comes first. Pro tip is going to be pick one non-negotiable, just one. I don't care what it is. It could be making your bed every morning. It could be doing squats while you brush your teeth. For me, it's try not to pick up my phone first thing in the morning. I like to play like ambient noise, something to get me centered in. Whatever it is, pick your non-negotiable, but don't miss it. Act like it's an appointment with whoever your fave celebrity is and you can't miss it. Act like it's a lottery ticket winning that if you show up at this specific time, you're gonna get $18 million. I bet you wouldn't miss that. I need you to pick that non-negotiable and show up with that same energy day after day after day. Step 2 in phase 3 is to elevate your aesthetic, okay? You can have fun in this phase. Invest in a signature scent. Like we all know that Rihanna, when she walks by, everybody's like, oh my God, you smell so good. Invest in something like that, something signature just for you. Get your teeth whitened. Do a different haircut or style. Hair theory is real. Do something that's going to elevate your look. I want you to walk into the room taller, right? Command presence. Dress and show up like the woman you are becoming, not the woman that you were. You are evolving, boo. You are not the same. So don't show up the same. What this looked like for me personally is I have always loved wigs. Within my friend group, I was one of the first girls in college to like start wearing wigs. I think for a long time, wigs were kind of seen as like an old woman thing. I grew up my mom wearing wigs, and like that's just how I saw them. So in college, I was a huge fan of wigs, loved them. Ombre, I had all types of different looks, switching it up. And for me, when I was starting to go on my fitness journey, it was just getting a little bit more tiresome and annoying working out in wigs, just for me personally, especially because I was putting in that work. And I know for me, I just was like, I want to change. I felt like I was changing. I didn't feel like I was the exact same woman that I once was. So what did I do? I cut my hair. I've always wanted a pixie. Since I was younger, I've always like loved women with short hair. I thought they always looked so beautiful. So when I really stepped into this new aesthetic, I got the pixie, and it was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. I have never felt more feminine, more sexy, more confident than I have with my short hair. And that's an example of something that I did. When I was transitioning to this new version of myself, I made the change. Pro tip is make a Pinterest board with your aesthetic, okay? And this does help. I do this sometimes because sometimes it's hard. It's like, I know what I like, but I don't know if it'll look good on me. So make a Pinterest board of whatever your inspo is, and it's just a constant reminder. And you can build this new version of you over time. It doesn't have to be all at once, but just find little things, little pieces that you like about this version of yourself that you want to be, and start saving it and curate it. The final stage, which I'm really excited about, once you guys get to this phase, is going to be very exciting. Phase 4 is the silent launch mode. This is the last 10 days of the phase. It's day 50 to 60, because now we are going to pop out, but strategically. Number 1 is going to be the soft launch results. 1 story, 1 caption, 1 outfit, okay? You don't even have to do a caption if you don't want to. Let them wonder. The vibe is gonna be different. You're gonna look different. You're gonna feel different. Book a photo shoot or take some bomb photos yourself. I actually am due for an updated photo shoot because I have a totally new body now. As a girlie who loves taking photos, I've had my share of photo shoots. And it can be liberating, you guys. You guys have done the work. You're in phase 4. I really want you to celebrate all that you've accomplished. So book a photo shoot. Have a friend take some photos of you. Set up your tripod by yourself in your room, but celebrate yourself. Show up and take the photos or the videos. And you don't have to address the glow up right away. I just want you to pop out, show what you've been doing, and it's going to speak volumes. People are going to be blown away because remember, you've been moving in silence this entire time. And a pro tip is post a montage of your work. Remember the folder that I told you to create early on that you've been adding this entire time? When you're ready to pop out, post a montage. So you yourself, you will be blown away by how far you come. One of the greatest things I've done throughout my fitness journey is capture the content. I've always been a content creator, so it does come more natural for me, but I have so many photos and videos of me when I was over 235 pounds. I feel like sometimes, and you might experience this, when you transition to this new version of you, people like to forget. They'll be like, you know, once you have been on your new path for so long, people forget how far you've come. So you are there to remind them, okay? Use all that footage, all those videos that you have been capturing in that folder that I told you about earlier. Create a montage. People will lose their minds, and you should be very proud of yourself. Step number 2 in the final phase 4 is move like you have already arrived, because you basically have. At this point, you need to have confidence without cockiness, high standards, and less words. A lot of times, you know, when you're putting in the work, you don't have to speak so much about it. The results are going to speak volumes. And a pro tip is let people say she's changed, because you have. You are about to go through an entire transformation. So again, if I had 60 days to glow up so hard that people wouldn't even believe it's me, this is exactly what I would do. No noise, no drama, no fake hustle, just deep focus, radical self-respect, and a little bit of delusion. If you're on your own glow up journey, please drop "she's coming" in the comments below, because I am rooting for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And yeah, let me know in the comments below about, you know, your start date for your glow up plan. You have 60 days, and I know you guys can do this. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.